Hello, hello, and good afternoon to everyone. This is what, Wednesday? That's what my calendar says. I hope everyone is having a beautiful day. We are getting all of our streams set up and getting ready to go for our 420 by 420 Destination Elevated Lifted Lodging fundraiser. So, if you are here because you want to hear more about what we have going on with this resort acquisition, I suggest you hang on. And if you're catching us on your break, save this video for later, save this stream for later so you can come back and watch, because we have so many wonderful things to share with you, whether you are someone who's been following our journey or you're new to what we're doing. Either way, we thank you for your time and your energy and for being here today. And yeah, we can't wait to share what's going on. Lots of wonderful updates. We're also going to have Lisa Liberman of Lifted Lodging on. So hang on for that as well. That is essentially our other half in this resort acquisition. We've had the pleasure of knowing Lisa for a little over a year now, actually, while we embarked on this journey together of finding the right location, for this resort, for the vision that we want to see. And we can't wait to share more about our mission as well. Before I go on talking too much, let me log into Instagram and make sure we're streaming there as well, because I will forget. So please be patient with me. All right, let's see. We are going live on Instagram. This is the 420 by 420 fundraiser, and I'll explain what that means in just a moment as well. All right. Little centered. All right. A little off center, I should say. All right. Okay. We're live. Welcome to the 420 by 420 fundraiser with Destination Elevated and Lifted Lodging. We've been going for days now. This is what, day 8? Because it's actually the 8th. So this has to be the 8th day of fundraising. It's been such a blur. We've been working really, really hard to get this information out, and we thank everyone so much who has also been sharing, contributing. We've had some wonderful participation and interest in what we have going on here, whether it's contributors or people who are, again, interested in some of our future opportunities when it comes to investing in this project as well. So we're looking to move really fast on this acquisition. It's something that we've been doing our due diligence, making sure, again, that we have all of the right information about this acquisition to be able to make the proper decision to move forward with it. So our team has been working very hard. We went out, visited the site just a few months ago, and when I tell you it's going to take your breath away, it's one of those things where photos and videos just do it no justice. You ever out somewhere and trying to record something to look at in the future, even though you'll never look at it really, and you're looking at it through your camera and you're like, this is not doing it for me. That's exactly what this experience is like. Although we're going to do our best to wow you with the visuals, of course. But nevertheless, this property is a 9-acre property. It is in the Thousand Islands region of upstate New York. Literally, you can see Canada. It sits right on a gorgeous, gorgeous lake with lots of water activity, lots of fishing, boating, sailing happening. So if that's your type of thing, you're definitely going to love it there as well. But outside of the fishing, outside of the boating, this is a very unique opportunity to get involved as a founding member of this resort acquisition. And what that means for us and for the community is just amazing. So this resort isn't just cannabis friendly, but it is cannabis forward. I like to say it's cannabis forward. Like, we literally are curating experiences, products, programming to cater to the cannabis connoisseur, if you will. And if you don't consider yourself a cannabis connoisseur, maybe you just like to roll up like me, right? Or maybe you just like to, have some edibles on deck to help get you to sleep. Again, this is going to be an environment that is not just cannabis forward, but embraces cannabis and plants as medicine. So I keep repeating every time I'm on, we are building a community here. This isn't just a resort acquisition. This is us taking the steps, again, to be very intentional about business, be very intentional about the land. We had Rochelle Sanchez on a few nights ago, and she was talking about how we are going to be incorporating regenerative agriculture, for example, and agritourism into our business practices. We intend to have a farm to table model with our restaurant and bar as well. We're all about the mocktails and incorporating natural herbs and things that we've grown. If you're familiar with Exhale and our garden program that we have every year, where we get volunteers and we buy out a garden plot and teach people how to grow herbs and other things right in their backyard. So again, that's something that we look forward to this year as well. But we are big on, again, showing people, where their food came from, connecting with their food in a way that isn't wasteful and is appreciative. And I think the farm to table model does just that, because not only are you getting that experience of having fresh food, but you're getting the experience of what it actually tastes like. And for those of you who have had the privilege of being able to indulge in some farm to table dining, there is just nothing like it. The freshness, the quality, nothing compares. So again, that is a dining experience we're really looking forward to bringing you. We're looking forward to having some guest chefs as well. So yes, if that is you, if you are in the cannabis realm and you are a chef, speaking of chef, shout out to Manja Laganja. Can't forget Chef Manja. We're going to have you upstate, as well as a few others that we've worked with in the past. But nevertheless, again, there's so many ways to get involved with this. Partnership wise, again, yes, we are looking for contributors currently, but we are also looking for future brand partnerships. So if the luxury tourism market, specifically in the cannabis realm, is something that you see yourself getting involved with, you feel like there is brand synergy happening, then we definitely suggest that you get in touch with us so we can start those conversations early on. We are moving fast with this, which is why, again, we have a very aggressive goal of 420 contributors by 420. So we're looking for 420 contributors to contribute a minimum of $42 by 420. And what that does is it actually puts us just a little bit past our phase 1 10K goal for this land acquisition. So again, $42 is what we're asking. I'm not going to say it's all we're asking, because for some, depending on where you are financially, that's a lot. So hey, if you can share, if you can, request additional information that we can send to you so you can share it to your mailing list. All of those things are help and help us build this community that we have had this vision of building for so long. Again, we're going to have Lisa Liberman on in just a few. And when she comes on, we're going to have her talking about her vision and, where our journeys crossed. And then, of course, this resort that we're bringing to you. I don't want to have too many spoilers, not too many. I want Lisa to be able to share some things that's happening. But nevertheless, this is a resort that is ready to take over. It is in upstate New York in the Thousand Islands region. We are happy, again, to be able to say that this will be a 100% woman-owned, 50% Black and Latina-owned, and LGBTQ-owned resort. And the reason I point that out, again, is that what's going to bring people here? Maybe, maybe not. But my outlook on it is, and especially with Destination Elevated, from the jump, our mission was to identify safe spaces for those communities, whether you're a BIPOC, Latina, LGBTQ traveler, so many different things, so many different microaggressions, forms of racism happen within the hospitality space. And we saw an opportunity to identify safe travel spaces, campgrounds, create a directory of campgrounds that were Black owned, Latina owned throughout the United States. Because again, we need to get people outside, right? That is something that's important to us. Being outside, being in green spaces, such a major component when it comes to healing and wellness that people overlook. It's not just diet, it's not just exercise. Green spaces are just like, we literally can't thrive without it. There was a study that was just released actually, and again, I'm not going to quote the study. It's out there somewhere. And I don't know what type of fact checking they've done, because I didn't do any fact checking, right? So don't quote me either. But I just thought it was interesting. They concluded that your immune system was boosted 80% after being out in green spaces for 3 days straight, by 80%. Again, I don't know how they tested that theory or hypothesis, but I think it's a wonderful theory. And if it's true, like, just wow. I know personally that when I am out of touch with being outdoors, when I'm out of touch with, again, just grounding myself in nature, I'm a whole different person. And you realize that contrast when you actually put yourself out in nature and in those green spaces. And it's kind of like that, like that exhale, right? Like, this is what I've been missing. And I had that feeling time and time and time again. And just, I had a moment where I was like, there are so many of us who were brought up in the inner city communities, who were brought up, like, I come from Philadelphia, thankfully from time to time, my dad was able to get us out. We would go like camping and things like that. But, that wasn't something that was common. It wasn't something that was, our friends did even. We played tag on the block, right? And that was our outdoor time. And I'm not knocking it. I love those days. I love reminiscing about those days. But, I think about how maybe a lot of the anxieties and things we develop living in the inner city, growing up as street kids, how that could have been counterbalanced if we were also in green spaces, right? And not to look back, woulda, shoulda, coulda. I'm not that type of person, but I think about the future, and I think about how, again, that connection with nature allows us to heal in various ways. So again, for us, it was about getting people of color, getting LGBTQ folk out in these green spaces, out traveling and experiencing life and experiencing things in a way that they felt they were navigating in a safe way, right? So Destination Elevated, on the website, you can find a directory again of Black and Latina owned campgrounds, as well as hiking groups, birding groups, which fall all under, there's Black groups, there's Latina groups, there's LGBTQ groups. So we also have it segmented like that as well. That way you can find your community, your outdoor community, wherever you are. And this is for the entire United States. So if you're someone that wants to be listed, you're not listed on our site, definitely hit us up. Again, we are trying to be a resource and hope to be a major resource for those communities so that we can get outdoors, we can get outside, we can travel within the US in a way that, in the safest way possible. Similar to, what the Green Book did and continues to do as well. I think a different aspect of what we're doing is, again, that LGBTQ component, because that is a thing too, right? As being a queer-owned business, it's super important to me to, again, make sure that our folk as well find inclusivity in outdoor spaces and in wellness spaces, that these spaces are decolonized for all of us. And a big part of that, right, is ownership. In order for us to do these things, I say all the time this stat. So 70% of the workers in hospitality, right, in the lower level positions, the entry level positions, are people of color, are Blacks, are Latinos. Like, that's a fact. Only 11% of hospitality and tourism ownership goes to those communities. We are only 11%. So that is obviously a huge disparity in us working in the industry versus having ownership in it. So again, that's at the forefront of our minds. We are trying to change that. And we can only do that, again, through the support of the community. We have had some wonderful people contribute. We are in talks with some investors about getting involved as well. We already have some informally locked in. So, this is moving forward as it always has and always will. I tell everyone every single day, like, it's just a matter of when, but we're going to get there. We're staying diligent. You guys are again creating this ripple effect by sharing things. I got an email this morning actually with like all the information about the fundraiser, and I didn't even recognize the sender. And I'm like, in my mind, because I do events, I've been doing events for 20 years. People will steal your event page information, push it, and then collect ticket registration money from your event, from your legitimate event. So I was scared for a moment. I'm like, whoa, who is this sending our information out? And I click on the link and everything's fine. It's it goes to our page to be able to contribute to our fundraiser. So I say all that to say, you guys are taking the legwork, taking it upon yourselves to share this information. And that is just a wonderful feeling. And that alone just really just gives us the fuel to keep this thing going, because you guys are interested. Y'all need this. We need this. So we're going to keep the ball rolling. Again, we're going to have Lisa Liberman on in just a few. She's going to talk about Lifted Lodging, what that is, the membership structure behind it. We're really excited to have her on. I actually interviewed her. This is how I met Lisa, was through an interview last year. She was on to talk about Lifted Lodging, and we were like, we have to talk, like right after this call, right after this interview, we have to get off and we have to talk. And we did, and we realized just how much in alignment we were, right? With our separate but still synonymous and in sync journeys. So again, we are super blessed to have been able to cross paths with Lisa, as well as some individuals she was able to bring into our team to make this thing happen. It has been, again, a journey from start to finish. Even with Lisa was working on her resort acquisition elsewhere, not in New York. So she has a story to tell about that. Maybe not. I don't know. It's totally up to you. Self-disclosure is totally up to you. But nevertheless, she ended up in New York State with us. So we are happy to have her. We are happy to bring in so many of our New York partners that we've been working with over the years. Yes, it's up from here, y'all. If you're just tuning in, this is the 420 by 420 fundraiser with Destination Elevated and Lifted Lodging. I'm getting good at switching stuff. Boom, switch that logo on you. And Lifted Lodging. And we are here seeking 420 contributors to donate a minimum of $42 to help us get to our 10K goal. I already did the math. The math is mathing. It's going to get us a little bit past our 10K goal, which is great. So if that's something that you're able to do today, if you're able to, again, invest in our mission and our cause today, you can go to our website at destinationelevatedresorts.com. You can also go to destinationelevatedresorts.com/420 by the X 420. That's a little bit longer, but that will take you directly to this campaign page. But either way, the information's there. It's all up in our details. It's also, depending on where you're watching this, it's in our bio, definitely in our bio on Instagram. So definitely head there to check it out. We have some amazing, benefit announcements and things like that we're going to be going over throughout the week. Again, this project, once we open our doors, is going to be very exclusive to our members. This is a membership-based stay. So again, we're really excited about not just being able to provide luxury lodging for our cannabis consumers, but also being able to provide various programming, on-site restaurant, not open bar. I'm in event phase. I'm event fame right now. Open bar. No, that's a different event. We don't have open bar. But we do have a full bar, is what I meant to say. As well as, again, we have lakefront cabins, lakefront dining, a dock for your boat, or you can rent one from us to go across the lake with. We are excited to be setting up some tourism partnerships with our Canadian neighbors as well. So imagine that, starting your day at the resort, have breakfast. Next thing you know, you're getting picked up in a boat, take you over to Canada. Maybe we stop here, maybe we stop there on the way, depending on how our partnerships and our stops are set up. But then you head over to Canada and you're able to indulge in what they have to offer. That's really what I'm looking forward, honestly. I'm really looking forward to what Canada has to offer. I just got to say that. I'm not trading on New York or anything like that. That's not what's happening. But listen, everybody has great weed everywhere. And I know with those airflows happening in Canada, something magical has to be happening with their bud. I just feel like it. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. All right, I'm looking at some comments we have here. Bit of Chris, sending you good vibes, want you to be successful. Thank you so much. Again, good vibes. It's all love. It's all love. You know, sometimes the vibes have even more value than the contributions. And I'm dead ass, because the vibes are what keep us going. So again, we appreciate the love. If you have any that you would love to send us, again, drop a comment. Let us know we're on the right path. Let us know to keep going. Encouragement goes a long way, trust me. But feel free to share this live. Feel free to request information to be able to share with your mailing list as well. We are looking for promotional partners in this. We are looking for brand partnerships as we start to, again, roll out some of our programming for the resort, and as soon as this summer. So you definitely want to get on our calendar so we can talk. We've already had a couple of brands reach out, you know, hey, what's up? I could totally see my product in your space. This is what we're about. And that's what we love to see. That's what we love to hear. If you guys are excited, we're excited, and vice versa. The saga continues. So I super thank y'all. Canada's interesting because I think the government control. Oh, okay. Hey, with the tree controls it how? I've been part of some conversations with, you know, some Canadians about some things that are happening, but honestly, I feel like they're slightly more loose. They're slightly more loose than over here. Correct me if I'm wrong, just slightly when it comes to certain things. But no, we love our tree from all over. New York has some amazing weed. We have the opportunity to visit some farms through some of the farm tours that we had the pleasure of organizing over the years out in New York. And yes, some majorly just impressive sun-grown. I love the sun-grown farms in New York personally. I love sun-grown weed. Is it harder to control variables in its growth? Yes. But I feel like that's the beauty in life. It's like people, like you can't control all the variables in our growth either. Maybe that's the chaotic side of me. Like, I don't know. I like natural. I like wild. I like sun grown. You know, that's my thing. Same what they do with alcohol. At least that was the case in Toronto, but don't let me lie to you. Yeah. And, you know, depending on where you are too, like there are all types of ways rules are bent, you know, depending on or taken seriously or not taken seriously. I'm not giving you advice. This is not legal advice or anything like that. But we know that some cities and states within certain nations are like a lot more strict. Some localities are a lot more strict than others. So yeah, looking into, and I'm glad you brought that up actually there on Instagram, looking into what the laws are, what the consumption laws are, you know, making sure you're not violating any smoking laws. And again, that's why it's really important to know your shit, to, excuse my language, to be following what's happening. Because even in New York right now, you know, there aren't officially consumption lounge licenses. Like that's not even on the table right now, right? So we think, you know, how do we navigate this? How do we navigate there not being any licenses on the table right now? And if there were, would we want to get a license? These are all questions we ask ourselves when we talk about setting up spaces where people can consume. And that's why the outdoor aspect of this was very important, because why? Number one, we're allowing people to smoke outdoors where they see fit on our property, right? So in the state of New York, in most regions and or localities, anywhere you smoke cigarettes, you're allowed to smoke weed, right? So again, that's important to know. Also, there's different rules about deliveries as well. So you cannot have tree delivered to the front desk of a hotel. That's like in most places that I've been. If you know differently somewhere, like let me know. And whether, again, people bend rules or not, that's a different story. But as far as I know, nothing can be delivered to like the front desk of a resort. However, if we have individual cabins, as we do, right? This is someone's personal cabin. It is viewed as a personal residence. Well, we can get around that because you're not delivering to a front desk. You're delivering to someone's private residence on the property. So again, these are definitely things that we have thought of. Again, looking into what's going to happen when we're going back and forth. Like, are we going to have to, if we go over to Canada for like a day tour, right? Are we going to have to like smoke all of our stuff up or consume all of our edibles before we come back over? Or is this something they're going to check in customs? These are questions that we have yet to find out, but just know the wheels are going. I never visited a farm, and sometimes local is the way to go. Oh yeah. Listen, sometimes your cousin is the way to go. And that's what I love about New York also, is like you can grow up to so many plants. I could be wrong. I think it's 15 plants. Let me double check because I don't want to misspeak. We haven't gotten to the point of, we're trying to grow one right now, actually. So I haven't looked at like the most we can grow because we haven't gotten anywhere near that. If you're on New York and I'm risky. I put it right on the carry-on. And these are just facts when it comes to travel. I put it on the carry-on too. Again, this is not legal advice, but there's still always that underlying anxiety. Like, okay, what if I got caught? What if the dogs come in today? Just keeping it real. And if you're a person of color, you have these thoughts even deeper. You feel these things even deeper. You're really not trying to go there and not trying to cross paths with the law by any means necessary, right? So yes, we all have put things in our carry-ons, but when it comes to traveling outside of the U.S. territories and things like that, for example, right? I personally wouldn't risk it. I wouldn't, because I don't know what's what in other countries today or tomorrow. So we're looking at how many plants can in New York State. And this is without a license. I should know this. My partner, actually, Rochelle Sanchez, the co-owner of Destination Elevated, she actually teaches people to grow. Okay, so per adult who is 21 plus, and y'all fact check this because y'all know I pulled up ChatGPT. 3 mature plants and 3 immature plants. So basically, it's a total of 6 plants, and you can't have more than 3 in flowering state. Is how this reads. If you live with others, the total cap for the house is 12 in the house. So we got sidetracked, but this. I love the random bits and conversations that we have during this because it's all very valid. We actually are looking to, again, regenerative agriculture. Cannabis, hemp, it literally can be used for everything from medicine to building materials, construction materials. Like, this is legit. So it's important for us to, again, not just invite people to be able to consume the plant, right? But also have it there to be able to educate them. We are looking towards the future to again implementing some programming. It would be really cool to even have summer programming where we had some camps come out and again like check out the plans, stay, learn about it from a business standpoint. Like that would be really dope. So I'm really looking forward to, again, figuring out this agritourism piece with our team and what we can essentially bring to the area. Again, not just with this resort and the opportunities that it's going to bring, but also with, the educational piece, regenerative agriculture, this farm to table model. Again, how can we get involved with the local communities and bring them education that they may need? Because when we're talking about being that far up north, again, the social climate, also when we talk about, the stigmatization of weed, in a lot in these rural areas, they still are, miseducated about these things, right? So it's important to us to again not only just show up in the community, and it's a similar path with dispensaries, right? The any local dispensary you have, they again had to petition the community to be able to be there, and well, in some situations, some they didn't, but nevertheless, you have to seek the approval of your community in various ways. And if you don't, you end up having to go against the grain with a lot of things, especially things that were traditionally seen as controversial, right? So again, it's important for us to lay the groundwork, to approach this from the standpoint of, hey, we're not just setting up a resort in this area and blowing smoke in your faces, but come learn about come learn about this, learn about why we're doing this, learn about why this is important. Let's do what we can to disenfranchise miseducation about the plan, right? So we're going to be doing all of those things together, because again, just like dispensaries that come into the communities, it's important for them to educate their communities on, why this is a valid piece of the community structure. So again, we are looking forward to talking to Lisa later. I'm not going to do too many spoilers, but we're going to talk to Lisa Liberman from Lifted Lodging. She might as well be from Destination Elevated at this point. About our impending resort acquisition in upstate New York. For those of you just tuning in, this is the 420 by 420 Destination Elevated Lifted Lodging fundraiser. We are looking for 420 contributors to donate a minimum of $42, and that is going to get us to our goal by 420. Now we started off slow, right? But we're trudging along. We appreciate the likes, the shares, especially the contributions, especially the love, and words of affirmation in what we're doing with these parallel missions. I want to give a quick shout out to some of our contributors, and I'm going to start off with our flame keepers, because our flame keepers, they were here early on, as early as last year, contributing to this mission, making sure we got things in place. And we really, really appreciate them. They are now scrolling on LinkedIn. You guys can't see them. By the way, at 1:45, Lisa Lieberman's coming on. And if you want to see like her piece of the interview, I know this is kind of a little ratchet, but if you want to see her piece of the interview, go over to LinkedIn, go over to our Facebook, or go over to our YouTube, because this is streaming in all three of those places. Unfortunately, she won't be able to join us on the Instagram piece there. So and so you don't miss out on anything, I would head over to those locations or streaming platforms if you're on them. So yes, our flame keepers, we have Brittany Powell, Daniel and Lourdes Sanchez, Selma Zine, Catherine Attaway Brown, Jennifer Alviani. Again, those are our flame keepers. They made early significant contributions to help get us started. Jennifer is our newest flame keeper. She just got her formal certificate of appreciation today. These are things that we send out, again, just to show how thankful we are for you guys really and truly believing in this. And then, we want to make it real for you too. So if we're starting off with a certificate of appreciation, then that's what we're starting off with, because the next thing you get is going to be an invitation to our soft opening when we open as early as this year, or this summer. So we're super excited about that. In addition to that, wow, I did all of this talking, no water. Oh, my water's over there. Production. I guess I just got to be dry right now. Um, our 420 by 420 contributors. We have Veronica Castillo, Heather Allman, Stanley Hopkins, Jeff Palmer, Joshua Sanchez Jr., and then we also have Alessandra Slayton, Joshua Sanchez Sr., Connie and Keith Neal, Javier and Candice Rivera, and Michael Shapani. We appreciate y'all so much. Those are our 420 by 420 contributors. We are up to number 26. So we have 26 out of our 420. We're going to get there, though. I believe in y'all. I believe in us. I know we're going to get there. Again, the ripple effect of us sharing this information has been immense. It starts with a spark, right? It starts with a spark, and then our flame keepers come in, and then they lit that flame, right? And you guys are going to keep it going. So again, we are so excited, again, about how much you all are just responding to this. Again, like, we can't thank you enough for everything that you've done already, whether it was a contribution, whether it was a share. We have someone sharing to their email list already. I got an email this morning and I'm like, oh, that's us. So that's pretty cool. Again, all of those things matter. Again, it takes a village to build this community. If you want to find out more about the community that we're building, head over to destinationelevatedresorts.com. It'll give you a little bit of information about us, about this project, and then you can hit our contribution page, and that will allow you to contribute to this current campaign, the 420 by 420 campaign, where we're seeking 420 contributors at a minimum of $42 to help us reach our goal by 420. So the clock is ticking. What is this? The 8th. So we have about, somebody do the math, 12 days? That sounds about right. We have 12 days left to reach our goal. So again, anything you can do to help spread this information, spread the love, we sincerely appreciate it. Also, important to know, this Thursday, we have Krista Jones from the THC Girls coming on. So if you don't know Krista, you're about to know Krista. I've known Krista for, I feel like it's been 4 years now. Like time really flies. But Krista is just an amazing individual on top of just an amazing professional, not just in the cannabis space, but any space. She is a connector, and she's going to tell you about that and how her being a connector really helped fuel the idea for the THC app that she connected, or that she created. I'm sorry. And the THC app, again, we're going to tell you all about it when she comes on, but it has helped me to connect with some amazing individuals in the space. The referral system that's in place, word of mouth, just off the strength of being in the app, is amazing. Like, people have just trusted me and signed up for things simply because I'm associated with the app. And not just that, but again, the people who are associated with this app, the integrity is there. They're there to work. Like, this is Krista's network in app. So shout out to the THC girls, always connecting, always building. Someone else, Krista is someone who has always encouraged us, just popped on, hey, I want to see how you're doing, how can we help type vibe. So again, we have always loved and enjoyed working with them, and we're looking forward to having Krista Jones on at that time. I need some hot tea after all this speaking. I know, right? I'm literally looking at my water over here and I'm like, I can't reach for it yet. I got 20 minutes left. So yes, the community is definitely motivated. It's motivated. Again, this is a Black, Latina, woman-owned resort in upstate New York. That means a lot to me. That means a lot for my identity. Also LGBTQ owning. That means so many things for our community. Representation does matter in every form and facet, and especially in hospitality and tourism. Again, Destination Elevated was started. Oh, we got Lisa here. Destination Elevated started off identifying safe travel spaces for those communities. We take those things very serious. We take our partnerships very serious. Again, this shared vision that we have with Lifted Lodging is something that we take seriously. Our mission, and something that we have reiterated time and time again to our partners, it always goes back to our original mission, no matter what we're doing in life, right? Whether it's this resort acquisition, whether it's a local community event that we're doing, we want to provide safe and inclusive spaces for everyone to be able to participate in outdoors, in wellness activities, and especially safe consumption spaces for those communities as well. So again, we are in the midst of the 420 by 420 Destination Elevated Lifted Lodging fundraiser. We have 26 contributors out of 420 so far. That sounds so far apart, but I know this ripple effect is happening. I know the contributions are going to start coming in. We've manifested everything thus far, so we're going to keep manifesting these things. Again, we have an amazing team, which I'm about to bring on Lisa Liberman of Lifted Lodging, who I'm excited to introduce you to. Lisa, are you ready? Okay. Let's get you on stage.
Hello.
Hey, Lisa.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Keeping the energy going.
Yes, I see that.
Good. I'm glad you're feeling it. I'm glad that's connecting. Lisa is our other half.
Yes, and I love it. I love being part of the team.
That's what we're going to start referring to you as, by the way. So just get used to that part. But no, I was explaining earlier how, again, we met Lisa. I want to say, like, it's been a little over a year now. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just about this time last year.
Exactly. It's like pretty much our anniversary. And it's funny because we actually have V is coming in to stay with us today. We're hosting V here in New
Tell her I
Jersey.
said hello.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a little reunion happening, whether it's virtual or not.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, she's coming straight in from Thailand, actually. So
oh, I want to hear all about that.
Get here and go to sleep, more than likely. But yeah, shout out to the traveling cannabis writer. V is a catalyst in how you and I were able to meet and get to know each other and embark on this journey together.
Yes.
So when you and I first met, I was interviewing you about Lifted Lodging for our Exhale Pro stories. And I was telling them earlier, immediately, like something clicked, an idea bulb, what may have you. And we were both like, yes, we found each other. We want to do the same thing. Like, let's do this together. So before I get ahead of myself, tell them a little bit about, what Lifted Lodging is, like the vision behind that. And then we'll talk about what we're doing here together.
Sounds great. Well, the Lifted Lodging Travel Collective, it's been created to make cannabis consumers feel safe while they're on vacation, and to provide these spaces that are more of a sanctuary where you don't have to feel like you have to hide yourself. You don't have to feel like that you're different, that you can come and enjoy cannabis, enjoy a relaxing time while you're on vacation. You're not going to get hassled, and you're also definitely not going to interact with children. So that's something that we've been really intentional about. It's just, we're making this adults only experience. And we love our kids. You and I know we both have kids, and sometimes you just need to get away from them and enjoy a good smoke sometimes. Right. So that's what we're looking forward to, is creating these really relaxing spaces where people can feel comfortable when they're on vacation, just relaxing and socializing. And that's not to say if you don't like cannabis or it's not really your jam, that's okay too. The places that we're creating as part of this travel collective, they are chill spots, just places to relax. If cannabis is not part of that experience for you, totally good. You'll fit in just fine if you're just there to relax and chill and really get back to nature, being able to breathe in and to get away from all the anxiety and the noise of every day.
That's exactly what we're going for. Nothing more, nothing less, but there will be more.
That's right. There will be more. Yes. But that sounds great to me, right? Just to start.
Absolutely.
And I think one of the reasons that we connected was because these are experiences that we would want to have ourselves.
Yes.
Yes.
And I think that's really what has fueled, I think, a lot of the event programming that I've done over the years. Like we get out here and we create the spaces that we want to see, because
Right.
when it's not there, we see the void. And it's like, I know there are other people who feel like me who would want something like this. Now you mentioned the travel collective. So you want to tell them a little bit more about your vision for that, and who we're looking to get involved?
Absolutely. So with working with Thame and Rochelle and with Destination Elevated, we want to make that New York spot our flagship. It's absolutely gorgeous. I have been there, right there on the water with these cute cottages, great RV spots for those folks that travel with RVs, and a restaurant on site. It's in this idyllic spot out in the country where you're going to enjoy that dark sky at night. You're going to enjoy that quiet water side with fishing or swimming or boating. You're going to enjoy all those things. And we want to be able, though, that if you live somewhere else in the country that maybe you can't get to New York, well, there are some other spots that you'll be able to go to. And then maybe one day you'll make it up to New York, right? Knowing that you'll get a similar, I don't want to say experience because each location has its own unique experience, but you'll still get the same quality service that you're expecting from something that's a little bit of an upper end hotel or resort. So combining that stay of feeling like you can enjoy cannabis, but more on an elevated level. And so any of the spots that are going to be available in our collective will all have those sorts of vibes. So I can't disclose to you right now exactly who we're working with, but right now we're in talks with another location in Colorado to add to our collective. So we have a spot out west and we have a spot in the east to start. And then to your point, I want this to grow to places around the country where, again, our members of the collective, whatever spots that we recommend are places that they will feel comfortable enjoying cannabis and that they will feel safe and they will feel relaxed when they're doing so. So if you own a hospitality business already yourself, maybe you own a hotel, maybe you own a campground, please get in touch with us because we would love to add you to the list of recommended providers that are part of our network.
Whoopsie, removed myself.
You're there, you're back.
Yes, I am. So yes, definitely get connected with us. Again, whether it's through Destination Elevated Resorts or Lifted Lodging, you guys can find Lisa Lieberman on LinkedIn as well. So many ways to get in touch. So if that is something that resonates with you, please do so. This is one of those situations, the more the merrier. This isn't a situation where we're trying to capitalize on these spaces. No, we want to grow our network. We want to give you all more places to be able to enjoy your membership, which, by the way, I mentioned earlier, we made the decision to make this very much so exclusive and membership based, right? And Lisa, you want to explain a little bit behind like why we did that?
Yeah, we talked a lot about what we wanted this collective to look like. As all of you, I'm sure, have experienced, all of us have been discriminated against for cannabis use, perhaps for who we are as a person. All of us have at some point for some reason. And the reason we're making this membership based is we want to keep the love in to this community. We want people who are going to come to our resorts and like each other, who are there to have, again, a relaxing time, not there to have any issues, so that we all agree that, hey, we all use cannabis and we don't want to have somebody come in and say, oh, I'm not cool with that. Well, we're, like I said, we're absolutely cool. If you don't use cannabis, but you want to come and chill out with a bunch of really fun and relaxed people, our place is the right place to come to. But that's generally the reason we made it membership based, is that number one, we want to make sure that we stay 21 plus. So by being able to know who is coming to our properties and who is part of that network, that we can validate their age before they even arrive. But again, at the same time, by having a membership network, we know that everybody who comes knows what we're all about, knows what we're allowed to do within the law for a place like ours, and that we know that, for better or worse, we're not going to have the legal authorities coming in and, worrying about what kind of establishment we've put together. If you understand what I'm saying, some of the communities that we'll be in, this matters to them. And so we don't want to give them any reasons to have any fear of cannabis consumers coming into their communities. They'll feel better knowing that we have vetted the people that are members of our collective.
Absolutely. And that is extremely important. Again, when we talk about this concept of protecting our peace, right? Now, yes. We're not going to have 21 questions about you asking about your political beliefs and things like that. But right. what is important, again, when it comes to building any community, no matter how large or small, I had like a 12-person gathering over here the other day. Having a core set of values and standards, community standards that are not just visible, but integrated into your everyday language, messaging, marketing even, so you're going to know that this is a space that stands for this, and it probably don't stand for that. And we'll leave
Right. And all of us in the cannabis community who have been in it for any length of time, we know that we run into those people, right? So we want to make sure, again, that everybody that comes is really chill. And if you're a cannabis person, you know that when we get together as groups, it's chill. There's never really, I've never been to a cannabis event where there's been anything other than relaxation. Even when people maybe don't even like each other sometimes, the events are always still really chill. And so we want to keep that vibe at all of the resorts that we work with, all the resorts that we create ourselves. And again, we would have created it for ourselves. So for our guests to come and feel like they are really receiving a hospitality experience while they're with us, that's what we want to envision. That's what we value. And that's what we want people to feel when they come.
Absolutely. Now, Lisa, I want to talk a little bit about, what sets us apart as a cannabis resort. What are some of the things we look forward to providing? I'm going to let you answer for we.
Well, we've talked, so I think we are always on the same page, right? So yeah, I think the difference is there have been other cannabis hotel concepts. You can look them up online. You can see what has happened to them, and they generally disappear. And the reason is that it'll be like a 4-story hotel, and they'll dedicate 1 floor to cannabis. And then they'll charge you more for the privilege of enjoying cannabis at their hotel. That is so not what we're about. We are plant first. And so we're always thinking about, as a cannabis consumer, what do you want while you're traveling? What would you want to relax when you're out of town? Because again, we've been there and we know what we would like to have. So for example, we will have pieces on site for you, some glass. So if you're a smoker, if you're a dabber, there will be available equipment for you to use and borrow on site that will be sanitized and cleaned every time before in between visits. So that's one example. We're looking at things that people that use cannabis like to do. But further than that, we're not going to deny anybody the ability to use cannabis legally where it's permitted. So in different states, it's going to be a little bit of a different thing. Some states have indoor air quality rules that we have to abide by. Some states say that you can smoke in your room. In your case, in New York, there are beautiful smoking porches on all of the cottages. And when we saw that, I think we said, I can't even imagine how great this is going to be once these are designed and have great interiors. So I would say that's another thing, is that we're really paying attention to the interior design on these. We want to make sure that we are also being stewards of the environment. So again, that's something that with cannabis being part of nature, we want to respect that. And so at the resorts that we work with, we want to have some sort of commitment to making sure that we leave no mess behind, that we do not impact the environment as much as we possibly can. And so again, when you talk about membership, if you're a member and we find you, throwing your roaches into the lake, that could be grounds for removing your membership status. So we really care about these things, and we intend to create that environment and enforce that environment where we need to. But I don't think there's going to need to be all that much enforcement. I think people are going to resonate with our values and what we care about, and that's why they're going to want to come. So having the amenities that a cannabis consumer would like to have. I explained that there's a restaurant in both of the hotels that we're talking to. So at the New York location and the Colorado one. So you're going to find some really cool dining experiences that you're probably not going to have in a standard hotel. And again, everything that's happening will be very tailored towards the cannabis consumer. Perhaps we might have some celebrity chefs that come in and cook up really wonderful meals. And the other thing we want to focus on is eating local. So wherever we can have fresh produce, we can have local meats, we can have local products on the dinner table. We would like to integrate that as well, because all the cannabis dining experiences that I've gone to that have focused on local stuff, they've been wonderful. And particularly in cannabis, because each of our states has different rules, we all have local cannabis that we enjoy. And so pairing that with local foods and things that are really authentic, I think that's another thing that differentiates us from the other types of experiences that might be out there.
Absolutely. And, even some of the offerings and programming that we're looking forward to providing as well. I'm actually on my way to a cannabis tasting later this evening. It's like an invite only thing. I got invited because someone couldn't go, but I'll take it.
Yes. This is fun. I'm jealous.
And they're pairing the cannabis, I guess, some very rare strains with the culinary layout for the evening. So again, just being able to provide something tailored, something special above and beyond the, hey, bring your own weed and come smoke experience.
Right. And about the community, right? You said earlier, it's about community. I think, in general, we all feel a little disconnected from each other, just as life goes on and as society unfolds around us. And I think one of the things that's important to us is bringing people together. You're not going to just go sit in your cabin and just hang out by yourself and have a smoke. You're going to go and see other people likely while you're there. And I don't know about you, but a lot of times when I get together with other cannabis consumers, we're just laughing all the time. We're bringing the life back into ourselves and just being able to decompress from the world, but also bringing you back together with other people in order to do that, not through a screen.
I love that. And again, a lot of people think, well, I'm around people all the time. When I go into these spaces, I actually want to disconnect. And there's that too, right? But there's also that experience of connecting with people on a very organic level. And that's what I love about it. It's not your day-to-day connection. It's not you interacting with your son's teacher. It's not you, fussing with your baby dad. It's not you arguing with your boss. It's literally connecting with people on a very raw and organic level. And that's a different type of peopling. That's what we're
right. and to your point, there will be people who they don't want to interact with people as much. That's also available to you. If you want to have food delivered to your room, we will deliver food to your room. If you want to come there because you haven't slept really well in months and months and months, and you just want to sleep, you can come there and just sleep. And so while the community part is a big part of this, and I hope that when people get there and they just want to sleep, maybe they'll just take like one day that they'll come and hang out with people. But all of those things, we're specifically curating locations that can cater to all of those different audiences. Yes. But you're just going to have a chill time, whether you're asleep or you're awake.
You have options. Your sleep, you're really going to enjoy. And then your socializing, you're really going to enjoy that too.
Yes, 100%. And unlike a crowded hotel bar, the people that are there are going to be your people. That somebody might offer to light your joint, or somebody might hand you a gummy. That's just how our community rolls. And I enjoy that sort of thing. And I think other people will too.
Absolutely. The people here are going to become family. I keep stressing, this isn't going to be a one-off thing. You're going to plan your annual vacations, your annual time offs, retreats. This is where you're going to be year
Yes.
after year.
Yes.
We're looking for longevity with our memberships naturally, because again, we're building community. And in doing that, you're going to want to come back.
That's right. That's right. And that's exactly why we're looking to add other locations to the fold, so that you can, and the nice thing too about our memberships is it's likely you're going to be able to go to multiple places within a year. You'll be able to make multiple trips because we're not making this outrageously expensive. We're making this very reasonably priced so that, again, people like us can come and enjoy it. But you'll still be receiving high-end service even though you're paying affordable prices. And I think that's also what we're looking to do and bring that community together. We want to have it open to as many people as we possibly can, but also make it really nice.
Absolutely. And then there will also be some on the payment, when they go to make payments for the memberships, there will be some financing options as well, correct?
That's right. So that's right. So, most people are used to Klarna or Affirm, things like that. We will have one of those types of services built into the checkout.
Beautiful. Again, accessibility is important. We want to make these things affordable. Pre-plan your vacation.
I'm already planning.
But no, we look forward again to providing a sanctuary for you, for whatever reason you're there.
Right.
Come find sanctuary with us. Well, Lisa, thank you so much for taking time to hop on today. I know we've both super busy, really ironing out the rest of these details to make sure that we're moving forward. We're working hard, y'all. We're working hard.
Most definitely. And especially Fame, thanks to you for having me on. But I'm excited about working with Destination Elevated. Your vision and our vision have really come together everybody hates this word, but it's true, but synergistic way. We have a lot of good synergies together, and I think we enjoy the same vibes, and I think we have a really good handle on what our community wants. And I hope to see everybody there, to meet everybody in person. I want to see people in person. Maybe we came up with this just to make more friends.
Maybe. I think that may be true. Thanks, Lisa.
Thank you so much.
All right. Take care. I'll talk to you soon.
All right.
All right, y'all. That was Lisa Liberman of Lifted Lodging. Wonderful talk. For those of you who are just tuning in or tuned in the last few minutes, we are literally at the end of our segment for the 420 by 420 Destination Elevated Lifted Lodging fundraiser. We are seeking 420 contributors at a minimum of $42 to help us get to our 10K goal by 420. I know we can do it. It's happening. The contributions are coming in. The shares are starting. You guys are sharing with your email list. Again, all of the support, all of the energy, no matter how much or how little, it is all wonderful and is helping to push this mission and vision forward. So again, we thank y'all so much for joining us this afternoon. I look forward to hopping on again with y'all later, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, until we get to where we got to get, right? So y'all have a beautiful day. And I will catch you later.